Do you think parents ever cross the line when helping their son get recruited? It happens more than you know. And no, parents should not be emailing college coaches on behalf of their son. In this video, I'm going to go over the 3 most common mistakes parents make while going through the recruiting process for their player. And before we get started, my name is Evan Mendoza and I went through the college recruiting process alongside with my parents. I finally landed a D1 scholarship to NC State University where I studied aerospace engineering. And after my 3 years there, I got drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals and then later played with the San Diego Padres among my 7-year pro career. Now, I help high school baseball players just like yours play at the next level. And you're going to want to stick until the end of the video because number 2 is probably you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel down below. Alright, so these are going to be the 3 mistakes parents make in the college recruiting process. And guys, this is speaking a little bit from experience because I went through the college recruiting process. And my mom was heavily focused on making sure that I found the right fit for my future, right? It didn't necessarily mean that I was going D1, but my mom was heavily involved in the whole process. And there were definitely times where we had to have those very open and honest conversations with each other about overstepping our boundaries. So mistake number 1 that I see that a lot of parents make is parents taking over the communication process with these college coaches, guys. And if a coach gets an email or even a text from a parent instead of the player themselves, let's just be honest, it's a huge red flag because these college coaches want to see players, especially in high school, take that initiative for themselves, to take that ownership of the process and their future. Obviously, your role is to be supportive of your son, right? And to guide them, hopefully, right? Not necessarily to completely 1000% take over the entire process. Mistake number 2 is overhyping instead of just being pure honest with these college coaches. Guys, I've seen it just about every single day with the conversations that I have inside my DMs on Mendoza Baseball Academy. And if you guys don't know, and real quick, if you want personalized guidance for not only you, but your son through my Mendoza Baseball Academy, which is 100% remote, go down below in the description to book a call with me. Make sure to message me on Instagram just because I do read all those conversations and we definitely have plenty of conversations every single day with you guys. So every parent will think their kid is the best. And just for example, guys, sometimes I'll just simply ask the simple question of, hey, what do you think your son could work on, right? And I hear it just about every single day that parents think that their son doesn't need to work on a single thing. Let that sink in. If every parent and every player had the mindset of, no, my son's already the best, there's no reason to get any extra work in, right? In all honesty. So making sure that we're honest rather than overhyping and just letting out correct expectations. It was pretty cool. One of my students from Japan and his mom, Sayori, that's actually an area that she dove into in one of my client case studies on YouTube as well. Check that out if you haven't already. But she really just really told me in that interview that parents' duties have to be just real with, or duties in the recruiting process. They just need to have the correct expectations and then also just be real with the player, because if you're telling your son he's the next Mike Trout and he believes it, that is good for the morale, but it's not necessarily going to be good for creating that drive from within. One of my best experiences ever was my freshman year when I went to a showcase and I was the 2nd slowest 60-yard dash. Now that's not good for morale, but it did light a fire under my butt to work harder. So every parent thinks that their kid's the best, but coaches value honesty more than anything, and that's honestly something that your son should be expressing in his emails to these college coaches. And last but not least, ignoring the right fit. I think a lot of parents think that not every school is going to be the right fit for their player, and they only want to go to the high-end SEC private schools that just have a great reputation just so that you, the parent, are able to tell some of your friends, your other parents, right? My son got accepted into UCLA. My son got accepted and is playing college baseball at the University of Texas or TCU or wherever it could be, right, guys? Let's be honest. Just because your son committed to University of Texas or TCU, for example, does not mean that your son's going to be playing at TCU. So making sure that he finds the right fit to not only get recruited and committed,
so he can land a scholarship, but also play his freshman through senior year, or if he's lucky, freshman through junior year, and get drafted professionally after that. But not every school is going to be the right fit. Some parents, like I said, will push off just these big named programs more than anything without even considering what's the best fit for their son. So hopefully this video helped you guys. So hopefully this was a good wake-up call for the majority of you guys that are going through the recruiting process maybe for the first time. You have a son in high school and you're looking for that overall guidance.
And if you're looking for more resources on how to develop your son's skills, get him noticed, and play at the next level, make sure to check out this video.